Trust is an invisible yet powerful force. A thread that connects us to the world and those around us. But have you ever asked yourself, am I placing my trust in the right people? Or worse, is someone exploiting my trust to manipulate me? These are not easy questions. But they are crucial for protecting your inner peace and living a meaningful life. In Zen and Buddhist teachings, trust is not blind acceptance but the result of enlightenment, wisdom, and a deep understanding of human nature. It is a journey of self-discovery, where you learn not only how to trust others but also how to trust yourself. This journey not only helps you identify trustworthy relationships but also empowers you to break free from toxic connections and rediscover your own light. In this video, we'll explore fascinating and intricate aspects of trust, why it must be earned, how it can be manipulated, and most importantly, how to distinguish between genuine guidance and subtle deception. Along the way, we'll share profound stories and practical principles you can apply in your daily life. Make sure to stay until the end of the video because we'll reveal invaluable lessons on how to cultivate clarity and trust in yourself, a secret that will not only shield you from deceit but also help you build a life of serenity and fulfillment. Don't miss the chance to uncover the power of authentic trust and how it can transform your entire life. Let's embark on this journey together and uncover the profound secrets of trust. The essence of trust, a Zen perspective. In the stillness of the mind, trust emerges as a foundation for harmony and growth. Zen teachings often emphasize the subtle and profound dimensions of trust, framing it as a dynamic interplay between openness and discernment. A well-known Zen saying captures this essence: to trust is to open one's heart, to discern is to protect it. This duality highlights that trust is not blind, it must be cultivated with clarity and understanding. Much like a lotus flower, trust thrives only in waters of purity. When misplaced, however, trust can lead to chaos and suffering. The first principle of trust in Zen is that it must be earned. Blind trust, given without discernment, is akin to opening a door to potential harm. Trusting someone without evaluating their intentions or consistency is not an act of kindness but rather a risk that exposes one to manipulation or betrayal. Zen philosophy urges us to approach trust with mindfulness, carefully observing actions and intentions before extending our vulnerability to others. The second principle emphasizes that trust must protect inner peace. Those who manipulate or disturb your tranquility are not worthy of your trust. Genuine trust should act as a shield, safeguarding your mental and emotional well-being. This principle reminds us that trust is not merely about connection but also about the quality of that connection, whether it nurtures or undermines your sense of security. The third principle is that trust reflects actions. True trust is built on honesty, respect, and consistency. Words alone are insufficient, they must align with actions. In Zen, trust is seen as a living process, continuously reaffirmed through behaviors that demonstrate reliability and respect. This perspective underscores the active role both parties must play in maintaining a trusting relationship. A parable in Zen vividly illustrates the fragility and foundation of trust. A monk once asked his teacher, "Master, how do I know who to trust?" The teacher, rather than offering a direct answer, pointed to a droplet of water resting delicately on a lotus leaf. He explained, "Trust is like this droplet. It rests precariously unless rooted in understanding." This simple yet profound imagery conveys that trust, like the droplet, is inherently unstable unless grounded in discernment and wisdom. The parable highlights that discernment is not about suspicion or skepticism but about seeing clearly. In the Zen tradition, discernment is a form of mindfulness, a deliberate and thoughtful process of evaluating whether someone's actions align with their words and whether their presence nurtures harmony or discord. Just as the lotus droplet clings to its surface only through delicate balance, Trust requires the right conditions to be sustained. This Zen perspective on trust invites reflection on how we navigate relationships and connections. It challenges us to approach trust with both openness and caution, embracing vulnerability while safeguarding our inner peace. Through the lens of Zen, trust becomes a practice of balance, an art of fostering meaningful connections without compromising one's well-being or clarity of mind. In sum, trust is not a passive state but an active cultivation of understanding, discernment, and respect. It is a dynamic process that requires careful attention and mindfulness. By embodying these principles, we not only protect ourselves from harm but also create the conditions for genuine and nurturing relationships. Trust, as Zen teaches, is both a gift and a responsibility, a delicate thread that, when cultivated wisely, strengthens the fabric of our lives. Manipulation and the dangers of doubt. In a small village at the foot of a mountain, there lived a young novice monk, eager to learn but inexperienced on his spiritual path. One day, while meditating under an ancient tree, he encountered a wandering traveler resting nearby. The wanderer appeared wise, spoke eloquently, and seemed to radiate profound understanding of life. He struck up a conversation with the novice monk, sharing tales of the vast world beyond and offering insights he claimed would accelerate the monk's journey to enlightenment. At first, the novice monk felt fortunate to have met the wanderer, believing he could gain valuable wisdom from him. The wanderer seemed generous, often bringing the monk food and recounting captivating stories. However, his generosity came with subtle advice: your current path is flawed. Follow me, and I will show you a faster way to enlightenment. Gradually, the monk began to rely on the wanderer for guidance, and the teachings of his master at the monastery started to fade in significance. Whenever the monk hesitated or expressed uncertainty, the wanderer sowed seeds of doubt. Are you sure your master's path is correct? The world is full of different ways to enlightenment. You should be more open to new methods. The monk, once confident in his chosen path, began to feel confused and doubtful. He was no longer sure of his decisions, and his inner peace was replaced by turmoil. The wanderer, meanwhile, tightened his influence over the monk's thoughts, creating a dependency that left the young novice unable to trust his own judgment. One day, after a long conversation with the wanderer, the monk happened upon a still pond. Gazing into the water, he saw his reflection. His face was filled with anxiety and confusion. In that moment, the monk realized how much he had changed. He was no longer the serene and confident novice he once was. He saw clearly that the doubt sown by the wanderer had shaken his faith and led him astray from his inner light. With this newfound awareness, the monk resolved to part ways with the wanderer and return to his master. When he arrived back at the monastery, he bowed deeply before his master and apologized for doubting his teachings and losing his way. The master smiled gently and said, "A true companion guides you toward clarity, not confusion. Always discern carefully. For true kindness is never conditional, nor does it seek control." The story ends with the monk once again meditating under the ancient tree, feeling a renewed sense of peace within himself. He understood that freedom could only be attained by refusing to depend on others for truth, and that inner clarity was the guiding light on the path to enlightenment. Manipulation and the dangers of doubt are profound obstacles on the path of enlightenment, as demonstrated by the story of a novice monk and a mysterious wanderer. This tale reveals the nuanced dynamics of manipulation, the devastating impact of doubt, and the critical role of boundaries in preserving clarity and trust. Through these lessons, we gain insight into protecting our spiritual journey and inner peace from external influences. The subtlety of manipulation is one of the most dangerous aspects of this dynamic. Manipulators often cloak their intentions in the guise of kindness or generosity, making their actions appear selfless while harboring ulterior motives. The mysterious wanderer in the story seemed to offer the novice monk wisdom and guidance, presenting himself as a benefactor on the surface. However, his true intention was to control and divert the monk from his rightful path. This subtlety makes manipulation particularly insidious, as it can be difficult to detect until significant damage has been done. Manipulators exploit the trust and openness of others, turning these virtues into vulnerabilities. This aspect of the story underscores the importance of discernment, as blindly accepting the goodwill of others without questioning their motives can lead to profound consequences. The erosion of self-trust is another critical element depicted in the story. The wanderer's seeds of doubt caused the novice monk to question his abilities, his choices, and his connection to his spiritual journey. Doubt, when introduced by an external source, has a unique ability to disrupt one's inner equilibrium. It severs the connection to truth and self-awareness, leaving individuals vulnerable to external influences and unable to trust their instincts. For the novice monk, this loss of self-trust manifested as confusion and hesitation, drawing him further away from his enlightenment. This highlights a universal truth: self-trust is the foundation upon which one's spiritual and personal growth is built. When doubt is allowed to take root, it weakens this foundation, leaving individuals susceptible to manipulation and detours from their true path. The story also emphasizes the importance of boundaries as sacred spaces where trust and clarity can flourish. Boundaries act as a protective barrier, safeguarding one's inner peace and preventing the intrusion of manipulative forces. For the novice monk, the absence of clearly defined boundaries allowed the wanderer to gain influence over his thoughts and decisions. Boundaries are not a rejection of connection but a necessary framework that enables relationships to be mutually respectful and nurturing. They create a space in which trust can thrive without fear of exploitation. By failing to establish such boundaries, the monk became entangled in the wanderer's web of control, highlighting the critical need for maintaining clear and firm limits in all aspects of life. The interplay of manipulation, doubt, and boundaries offers a profound lesson about the human experience. Manipulation thrives in environments where trust is given indiscriminately, and doubt serves as a tool to weaken an individual's sense of self. However, boundaries provide the antidote to these dangers, serving as a framework that fosters clarity and protects one's inner strength. The novice monk's journey serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us to remain vigilant against those who might exploit our openness and to cultivate the discernment necessary to navigate relationships with wisdom. Ultimately, this story is not merely about the dangers of manipulation and doubt but also about the resilience and strength that come from self-awareness and the establishment of boundaries. It invites reflection on how we interact with others and ourselves, encouraging us to seek connections that nurture growth and truth while protecting our inner sanctity from harm. By understanding these dynamics, we can navigate life's complexities with greater clarity, fostering relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and genuine trust. The novice's journey, from chaos to clarity. The novice monk's journey from chaos to clarity reflects a profound transformation, shaped by painful but invaluable lessons. His encounter with the wanderer served as a catalyst for self-discovery, highlighting the contrast between dependency and freedom, the importance of self-awareness, and the courage required to return to a path of authenticity and enlightenment. Each stage of this journey reveals essential truths about personal growth and resilience. Dependency versus freedom emerges as a central theme in the novice monk's experience. The wanderer's conditional kindness, which initially seemed to offer guidance and support, instead created a web of dependency, By attaching conditions to his generosity, the wanderer subtly controlled the monk's actions and thoughts, diverting him from his path of enlightenment. This dependency eroded the monk's autonomy and ability to make decisions rooted in his own wisdom. The illusion of kindness masked a deeper intent to dominate, illustrating the dangers of accepting aid that compromises freedom. True kindness empowers and liberates, it does not entangle or impose constraints. This realization became a critical turning point for the monk, as he began to see the cost of relinquishing his independence. Self-awareness played a pivotal role in the monk's transformation. Gazing into a still pond, he was confronted with his own reflection, a moment of profound introspection. The turbulent waters of his inner world mirrored the confusion and chaos brought about by his entanglement with the wanderer. However, this moment of stillness allowed the monk to recognize the root of his discontent. He had strayed from his true path and lost sight of his inner light. This realization marked the beginning of his journey back to clarity. In Zen teachings, self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal growth, providing the insight necessary to distinguish between external distractions and internal truths. For the monk, this moment of clarity rekindled his connection to his inner wisdom, reminding him of the strength and guidance that lay within. The monk's ultimate act of courage was his decision to leave the wanderer and return to his teacher. This choice required not only self-awareness but also the bravery to admit his mistakes and seek guidance anew. Returning to his teacher was not merely a physical act but a symbolic gesture of reclaiming his commitment to the path of enlightenment. His teacher's reminder, "True companions guide you to clarity, not confusion," underscored the importance of surrounding oneself with relationships that nurture growth and understanding. This statement encapsulates a timeless truth: genuine guidance fosters clarity, while manipulative influences create ambiguity and doubt. The monk's journey illustrates the necessity of discerning between these two forces and the courage required to align with the former. This story also highlights the cyclical nature of growth. The monk's departure from his path was not a failure but an essential part of his learning process. His experiences with the wanderer deepened his understanding of freedom, self-awareness, and the value of authentic companionship. In Zen philosophy, moments of struggle and confusion are often seen as opportunities for growth, provided they lead to greater insight and wisdom. The monk's return to his teacher symbolized not a regression but a renewal, a stronger, more conscious commitment to his spiritual journey. Ultimately, the novice monk's journey from chaos to clarity serves as a profound lesson in resilience and self-discovery. It underscores the dangers of dependency, the transformative power of self-awareness, and the courage needed to return to one's true path. Through his experience, we are reminded that moments of disarray and uncertainty can become gateways to deeper understanding when approached with introspection and resolve. This journey speaks to the universal challenges of navigating relationships, seeking truth, and cultivating inner peace, offering timeless wisdom for anyone striving to live authentically and with purpose. The Pillars of Discernment. The pillars of discernment in Buddhist teachings provide timeless guidance for identifying trustworthy relationships. These principles emphasize clarity, respect, and self-awareness as the foundation for building meaningful connections while avoiding harmful influences. The nature of genuine trust lies in clarity rather than charm. A reliable relationship should foster understanding and enlightenment, not confusion or manipulation. The presence of someone trustworthy brings clarity and reinforces inner peace, while untrustworthy connections often create doubt and turmoil. This principle reminds us that trust must be evaluated not by surface appeal or charisma but by the tangible impact someone's presence has on our mental and emotional well-being. Genuine trust is not about being dazzled by appearances but about the steady and consistent support of our growth and peace. The harm of doubt as a weapon highlights the destructive potential of relationships that exploit insecurity. In contrast to authentic connections, which inspire confidence and encourage self-belief. Toxic relationships often sow seeds of doubt. This manipulation erodes self-trust and weakens one's sense of direction. Recognizing this dynamic is crucial for maintaining balance and ensuring that relationships uplift rather than destabilize. True relationships empower and affirm individuality rather than undermine it. The gift of boundaries underscores their role as protectors of freedom and individuality. Boundaries are not barriers to connection but frameworks that create mutual respect and safety within relationships. By setting clear limits, individuals safeguard their autonomy and ensure that interactions are free from coercion or overreach. Boundaries allow trust to develop in a space where both parties feel secure and valued. Free from exploitation. They are the foundation of healthy, respectful relationships and are essential for fostering genuine trust. The courage to walk away is a vital act of self-compassion. Leaving toxic or harmful relationships requires the strength to prioritize one's well-being over fear of loss or confrontation. This principle acknowledges that not all connections are meant to be sustained and that releasing unhealthy ties is often necessary for personal growth. Walking away is not an act of failure but a declaration of self-respect and a commitment to seeking relationships that align with one's values and inner peace. Trusting the inner lotus emphasizes that all trust begins within. Self-awareness and inner clarity are the roots of discernment, enabling individuals to distinguish between authentic and deceptive relationships. By nurturing one's intuition and connection to their inner truth, individuals can develop the ability to identify genuine connections and protect themselves from harmful influences. This inward focus reinforces the importance of self-trust as the foundation for building trust with others. Together, these pillars form a comprehensive framework for cultivating meaningful relationships while protecting oneself from harm. They emphasize the importance of clarity, respect, and self-awareness as tools for navigating the complexities of human connection. Through the practice of discernment, individuals can foster relationships that nurture growth, trust, and peace while safeguarding their autonomy and inner truth. Conclusion: walking the path of discernment. Clarity and trust is a powerful force that influences every aspect of life. When we learn to place trust wisely, we not only protect our inner peace but also build positive, lasting relationships. Just as the lotus only blooms in clear waters, genuine trust can only thrive and nurtured with clarity and wisdom, free from confusion or misunderstanding. The journey toward discernment is not merely about seeking truth from the outside world but also about deep exploration within. It is a path of compassion, freedom, and courage. Compassion to forgive ourselves for mistakes, freedom to let go of what no longer serves us, and courage to walk the true path, even when it's challenging. If you found these insights meaningful and helpful, don't forget to like this video to spread this message to more people. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss future lessons on self-awareness, compassion, and living a purposeful life. Most importantly, share your thoughts in the comments section. We'd love to hear how you've applied these lessons to your own life. Your journey begins with trusting yourself. Walk forward with clarity, compassion, and steadfast belief in the values you hold dear. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we'll explore more profound lessons to enrich your soul and help you create a fulfilling life. See you soon.